So, if you ask me what I think about the PGA Tour 2K23 in the first hours of the game, I could say something completely different than now. As someone who has spent countless hours playing arcade golf, the opening hours of PGA Tour were painful. However, after many hours of deep diving into this game, I feel like a champion. The amount of thought put into each drive and each is his meticulous and learning curve is steep. You will lose and you will feel it. However, if you are willing to put in the time and effort, you will find one of the most entertaining sports games on the market. PGA Tour is not the kind of game to hold your hand. After a brief guide, you will determine where you go next. As someone who grew up during the Tiger Woods PGA Tour series, the hope that the game of golf would be simple and straightforward sounded like an existing idea. I quickly turned it out to be wrong. You will need to think before you act. With the swing action mapped one to one by your chosen control knob, you need to make sure you pay attention to each swing. You must consider the direction and speed of the wind as well as the location of the field before even attempting to the swing. This is a situation game through and you won't have a hard time. However, after a few rounds on your chosen course, things start to click. The usual snippets that you may have come across at the beginning of your path to the PGA Tour will become much rarer. You will find a rhythm that will allow you to put in the effort to be needed champion. And that's where the title opened up for me. After those first hours of struggling to find my pace and my rhythm, I suddenly noticed that my punches were more defined. My punches flew further than ever before, and I began to feel more comfortable with my own skills. Learning the intricacies of what makes this game work will help me out stand from the crowd. When you first venture into the extensive courses included in the PGA Tour, you will notice how much attention has been given to them. It's amazing to see some of your favorite courses come to life with high definitely, but there are a few things that keep us game from reaching the heights of other sports games. While 2K Sports is known for many different titles, NBA 2K helped elevate their graphic fidelity to the highest level they have ever been. The character models in 2K's latest basketball sim are immersive thanks to their reuse the 2K NBA engine. However, the same cannot be said about the PGA Tour that Unity uses. While the environments are amazing, the character models are not. There are many moments with the uncanny valley takes over, especially watching your caddy talk to you without even mourning your eyes. It's annoying, but the game's overall animation makes up for this sometimes immediate faces. It can also sometimes be frustrating to see every player doing the same animation after a bad chip or putt. Each player has their own unique style of play, so let it be reflected in their animation as well. It would be great to see 2K move to be serious to a different graphics engine to take advantage of current generation system. Looking at how well other sports games look on current generation consoles, it's painfully obvious how much this game needs a fresh coat of paint. With improvements across the board, we can only expect models to get the same treatment in the next release. By breathing some life into these models, you can achieve even more immersion in the game, bringing it closer to photorealism. While the graphical presentation may not live up to some of their other titles, PGA Tour stands out from other many simulation games that offers just that simulation. As you learn as a progress in this title, you will be able to feel the improvements you are making. You can just jump in, accelerate away, eraser in a club. If you go to the course of your choice and get plus 16 for the first time, don't worry. It's pretty normal to be honest. But as you start learning the finer details of the game, you will be rocking like a pro and delivering a spectacle to the crowd that surrounds you. And just like a real sport, the crowd and sound design is absolutely amazing. There are no music tracks, of course, that will help you to pump and cheer you up. You will hear the murmur of the water to be flake the next and the gentle crunch of the grass under your feet. The satisfying hit of your favorite club hitting the golf bar down the fairway and closer to the green. is something you will always enjoy hearing, even if the announcer isn't enthusiastic about it. While there are no licensed tracks on the soundtrack, the music you will hear on the main menu and during tournaments is more than a miss. Admittedly, there are a few tracks that initially made me scratch my head, including a song that sounded like a trap of Castlevania music. If you are willing to dedicate your time to this game, you will find the most addictive sports game. He won't hold your hand, but he will do whatever it takes to help you become the new face of PGA Tour. So guys,